Yeah, it's working now. Yeah. And my mic's actually on this time. Oh yeah. Dark Beast Pearl I was gonna ignore. Because the run to him is gonna be very hard now that we... Is it gonna be hard? We have to go by every single time, because we'll have to go down to the part of Yahargul where the 3 dudes are. So we'd have to run by the 3 hunters every single time, not die to Wolf as we're trying to get into Dark Beast Pearl Zone. Oh, I guess you should always just fight him when you have access to the jail. I just hate forcefully dying when I don't have to. And then up here, I didn't do Orphan of Cause yet. Well, I guess we'll go try that first. Oh shit. Yeah. Sorry about that. Someone came over that I was expecting almost 2 hours ago. And I'm like, come on, bruh. But it's okay. I hate doing that, but... It's also like a person I don't want to associate that much with. Still. Even though they've personally not done anything bad to me, so I feel bad about, like, canceling them out of my life, because people have done that to me over shit that wasn't my fault, so I'd feel like the same as what people do to me, so I feel bad. But secondarily, I'm also like, I gotta be realistic with myself sometimes. Fish boy, can you fork off back to your little corner, fish? Fish ahoy? I heard him walk away. That's right, walk away. Not like we need that. Alright. Normal path to cause. No skip. I am gonna get shortcut though. I'm still iffy on my survivability down through here in NG+. Because these enemies are fucking brutal. And NG+ cycles down in here. Trick is to just not pick up anything. And just, as you go along, just keep moving. General rule of thumb, just keep moving towards the direction you're trying to go. I've seen that thing fall down here, but I don't think I've seen it fall down twice. And fall into the ditch too. Oh shit, did he fucking... He didn't click that outside door shut. I can feel the fucking breeze. Yep. Damn it. It's all because the hydraulics fucking old. Don't shut it all the way. It gets it like almost there, but if you don't give it that little love tap to seat it into place, it won't click into place. It's because the cold shrinks. Oh wait, I gotta go up the elevator, dum-dum. That's one of the things I always forget about the shortcut. It's a twofold shortcut. You gotta not only call the elevator down, you have to also go up the elevator and open up the door. Wait, there are stairs in here? Oh. I was like, have I never been up there? Was there an up there? There isn't an up there. That's what went through my brain. There was no up, dog. Indeed. Wrong way, wrong way. Well, this is Blood Rock. I have sedatives. La la la. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Oh, I made it past without getting any frenzy. He's a god. He's a god among gods. Among gods. Among child of gods. Among little slugs of gods. Oh, that's not the, there's the Blood Rock. Okay, that was some frame rate. That thing had like 3 frames a second there. Can we not? Excuse me. Oh, this is not what's called a pro gamer move. Stop. Stop. Stop doing what you're doing. I'm gonna get frenzied. Yeah. Oh my god. Fucking eat shit. Ugh. How didn't I fall down? Sorry, just checking something. My brain is all over the place, so you'll have to excuse me. And excuse me for that too, if that was loud. I don't know which way the air went there. It was like a piece of clothing, like fiber, from my sweatshirt. I'm not wearing one right now. It was from the sweatshirt earlier when I grabbed the drink. Oh, wait. No. DLC, moron. You just needed blood vials. And you know what? Since we're fighting cause, there's no reason for these anymore. If I want souls, I'll get souls. Let's get Claw Mark. Blood Rapture of any kind versus cause will give you max HP. And then we're gonna go with 5% resist to everything, because that's basically just 0.95 damage modifier against the boss. It basically nerfs all their damage to 0.95 what their damage would normally be. Which doesn't seem like much, but if you subtracted that from every weapon in the game, you would notice it immediately. Up here. I don't know if Cause is the only boss where Blood Rapture gives you full HP no matter what version you have in your rune. Even if you only have the plus 200 one, it'll still give you full HP on this fight. Probably to some people's surprise. Although it's not exactly like a trade secret at this point about Bloodborne. Yeah, like I said, I don't know if it applies to any other one, because he's kind of like a unique boss, I guess you would say. Being that he is Gehrman, quite literally. Gehrman is the orphan of Cause. Oh my god, that visceral damage. Aw, damn you. Oh, I suck with that one. That was a dick move there, bud. You just... No. He's gonna transform soon. No, that's gonna kill me if he hits. Yeah. Can't let him touch me like that. Then he looks up. No, I was not even remotely close to timing that correctly. Why is my character so bad at aiming right now? I really needed that to visceral. I'm gonna do the super ground pound. Nope. Full health. Oh no! Not in the second phase, that's right, it's only in the first phase. I should go for a parry on one of these. I keep dodging forward into the fucking explosions. Can we stop with this? Okay. Causant. Die, black spirit. I love that it bleeds like black. Alright. See, that is actually gonna be easier than Parl for me. If I actually go for Parl. It depends. Because I plan on having Gehrman kill me at the end anyways, so. I could just rush to the next NG now that I've done the DLC. I've done technically the hardest stuff outside of Lawrence, which is just like, I hate doing Lawrence. I really hate doing Lawrence. I don't know why I pick up Lawrence's skull every time to do Lawrence, because I hate doing Lawrence. This is when it starts to become actually very difficult to kill him. Is NG +2. And past it. Pretty much regardless of your level. Although, I should have changed my runes. Because I do not need Blood Rapture for this fight. As getting a break on his head and a visceral is not going to be the difference in between you winning the fight or not a lot of the time. And getting that extra health back won't matter as well. But the 5% damage rune, that's staying. This I might change to... I don't have a good fading like... I mean, I guess...
Having more of a hard time with Ron than I feel I should.
Well, there's two methodologies you can do for fighting Rom. And one of them is to either bum rush him with a upgraded weapon with fire paper and throw oil urn at him right off the beginning. Like, you want your first attack to basically be the an oil urn. And then just fire paper, beast blood pellet, and just grind him down and just do what I call the hit and run strategy. Just don't stop moving and don't take more than like 2 swings. That's like generally the best way that I could say to deal with it. That's what I did in NG +2, so. What is gonna help me? What is gonna help me with Lawrence? What helps? Nothing helps with Lawrence.
Need to find more beast pellets.
Oh, so you're literally at your first playthrough, aren't you? Yeah, I wish I had an easy mode of showing you how to fight Rom. Like, I could just go there and fight Rom over again.
It is awesome.
What the hell? 1 second. Sorry, I heard a weird noise coming from the other room. Yeah, I don't really have a good way to show you how to fight him besides helping you fight him. But when you help fight him, it becomes a completely different ball game, as it's very hard to predict what he's gonna do with his magic spells. My biggest piece of advice, I guess, would be for survivability, if that's your problem. If you're having trouble surviving, don't lock on. Don't lock onto him. Out of all the bosses that you don't want to lock onto, Rom is probably like #1. Unless he's the only thing on your screen, you shouldn't be locking onto him. Because what you need to do is you need to keep him constantly in your camera and be aware of what his physical body is doing, because he does like 3 main telegraphs for his animations. He lifts his tail up and his head up for his like explosion attack. He lifts his head really high up in the air and like lifts his front feet off the ground if he's calling in meteors on you, and then he'll like roll over onto his back and do like a back splat onto the ground and summon up meteors, as I call them, because it's like the comets but they're going upwards. It's basically like Chaos Firestorm, but one little blat of it. Because From Software don't have many concepts for magic in video games. They have like 3 modus operandi of making magic spells. It's either a zap, a ball, or a thing that like slowly hurts your character. Oh, and the infamous AoE. Always got to have the AoE damage spell. But yeah, I can't really show that unless you want me to help you on that fight. I can help you on it. Another person came in here asking me for help on that fight.
It seems like I am not giving him as much damage. Clever is at level 5.
You're at level 5 and you're at ROM? You should definitely go back through the Forbidden Woods. 100%. And I hate to say that, if you need like a guide for like where to go for items or stuff like that, because in my current playthrough right now, I'm in NG+. Oh fuck. I don't have Frenzy Resist. That's bad. That's bad if this animation lasts too long. Okay, I'm fine. Never mind. I always forget that one enemy is fucking there. Yeah, you're going to want to come back through the Forbidden Woods, and you're going to want to pick up some of the item pickups on the ground, because you can get some of your first Bloodstone chunks here, which allow you to go +6. So you should have more than enough to go to +6 with twins. And if you don't, then you need to come back through this area and find some of them on the ground in certain areas. Over here is a blood gem that you don't even need to pick up because it's kind of garbage.
Yeah, I need to get it by myself. This game is so awesome because it is so rewarding to finally beat the bosses. My character is level 62. Okay, I know I won't do it again. I must have missed them.
You're... Yeah, that's kind of on level. Did you go, did you go all the paths at Cathedral Ward? I wonder how much this bow blade even does. Oh yeah, nothing. I mean, it's full of regen stones, so I wouldn't expect it to. Fun fact, these swamp men always take increased damage from fire. Like they're lit with, like they're covered in oil. So they get absolutely destroyed by anything that's a fire weapon or anything to do with fire. Although I will tell you that Molotov cocktails scale like dog shit, as I had to learn the hard way. They do nothing. Even to those enemies which are made to be Molotov cocktailed, they do nothing. So it's like, even though I have oil urns equipped, it's literally for my fire paper, because I'll even show you, like, you'll actually do less damage I have really high arcane, so I have this stat that scales with these, and I'm doing 400 damage with it. One swing of my weapon is 500. And this is a fire weapon. It can't be buffed. So it just goes to show you that, like, this has a weapon damage of only 457. So the Molotov that I'm throwing has a less base damage value because those things take increased damage from fire being beasts. Or they count as a beast. And they take increased damage from fire. And increased damage stacking with modifiers on weapons are what allow you to do a lot of damage in Bloodborne. Really. For example, the Saw Cleaver is probably one of the most abusable weapons in the game because one of its main attacks has a very high attack modifier. And that's the transform attack. If you just go like this, it does so much more. It does so much damage than just R1ing. But in the case of these guys, you'd have to R1 twice then do it because you're not going to kill them in one loop around. Otherwise. At least with the damage on my character right now. Either that or you could charge R2 and then transform. You go like this. Don't even need to do the visceral because you'll just sit there and then get surrounded. Another unique thing about some of these weapons, if you've never used a Saw Cleaver for very long, it does have a couple unique things about it. So if you jump attack into a charged R2, you'll get a charged R2 from the other direction. And you can also do that if you just press R2 once and then hold R2 after, and then you can do technically a triple R2 combo. Because you can do one R2, hold R2, and then tap R2. And you'll get 3 unique animations, and it's one of the only weapons that has that. And that's because this game was basically designed around this weapon. This weapon was originally even going to be able to block in some of the original versions of Bloodborne, like the alphas and stuff. The early, I shouldn't even say the alphas, like the early test demos of the game, basically. Some of those things are still left in the game as remnants. For example, the Kirk Hammer and the Ludwig's Holy Blade both have a block attack, where if you're hit during that attack, it'll count as block and it will eat your stamina, but you'll take reduced damage. You want to come through here and get most of this stuff, even if these enemies are a little bit annoying to clear out at first. You'll get the hang of it. They really aren't that bad if you have a little bit of poison resistant armor. The like Yharnam Hunter garb that you can buy right off the beginning, I always tell people is a sleeper armor set. It's probably one of the best stock armor sets in the game. And if you're going to use any armor set, oh, I didn't want to transform attack. I was trying to delay it, so I didn't get that. I knew those guys were coming up behind me. Frame rate. Just not liking everything in this. Get you out of here. Need to get all the frame rate laggers out of here. Oh my god, I'm so close to killing those things. I need to find either one better blood gem or something. Okay. Staggering definitely is a good thing, though, to rely on. but all weapons have different stagger values and different attacks with different values on them, so it's very hard to predict. The only consistent one is really Ludwig's Holy Blade. Ludwig's Holy Blade, Kirkhammer, Holy Moonlight Sword. Those are your most consistent weapons. And Kirkhammer is like questionable. It's only consistent because the actual weapon damage is pretty good because of the type of damage, it being blunt. But using the Hunter's Axe is honestly better. It's just a Kirkhammer gets a little bit more damage just based off of its scaling. I believe so anyways. I don't have a plus 10 Hunter's Axe right now, so I don't actually know, but I believe the Kirkhammer has better scaling than the Hunter's Axe. But it is not a better weapon. It is very selective. But it's also one of those things where I, like, on my last playthrough, I pounded half of the bosses, or not on my last playthrough, on this playthrough actually, I pounded most of the beginning bosses to death with this thing, because it's just funny to use. It is just a meat grinder weapon, because it has such little stamina cost for it being a big two-handed weapon. So you can just R1 mash all day with it. And like I said, its stagger is unlike anything else. But you can also die very quick. If you're fighting these enemies with a Kirkhammer anyways, you can die very quick to the sudden stun lock. But normally you can just R1 mash and you'll be fine. That's right, I'm in Bergenworth. What's on this again? Oh. Useful. Oh yeah, you're here. Okay. That was pretty good. Normally I suck at clearing enemies in NG+. Oh, that was bot. Yeah. Russian spammer. Imagine investing time in doing shit like that. And then getting paid for it. Where do I need to go? Oh, I killed... Yeah, I always forget it's called the Advent Plaza. It's not like a conventional name for where you would think it is, but then it also is like the correct name for the kind of area that it is. It is technically a plaza. Yeah. It's just the whole Advent thing, it always like fucks with me. Oh, hello, popping in enemies. Did I get everything from here? I don't think I got the bloodstone chunks from this area, but... which makes me want to go through the area. Especially because I have defense stuff on right now. Like, I have so much negated physical damage right now that I'm honestly curious. But then again, it also didn't prove very valuable to Snake Boys. But Snake Boys are also one of the most deadliest enemies. The fact that I was even able to trade with them is kind of amazing. But I have 99 vitality, so it's also not that amazing. It just goes to show you how much health does not matter to From Software. Because what's funny is health won't matter compared to just reducing your incoming damage. Because like with how much damage reduction I have right now, I'm taking, like, every enemy is basically dealing permanently 10% less damage. With everything. And then if they hit me with a physical attack, it's like 17 to 18. But because they stack multiplicatively, it's actually more like 18.5 or 19% I get out of all those combined. In terms of physical. Oh yeah, I was gonna do fucking Lawrence, but fuck that. I also don't have frenzy resist, so this is gonna suck. Does this armor have bad frenzy? No, not that bad. Could be worse. No, give me the chunk. How in the fuck are you serious? Maggots, because I didn't kill it with fire. I got something in my eye and it feels like one of those frenzy needles. To make a Losh again, and to kill a Bell Maiden again, because fuck being invaded by a guy with 99 strength and skill. Nah, most people stop at 60. People do go to 99 Arcane, though. They don't like being pounded. Big Spidey is questionably hard to kill sometimes. Well, it's dead. To be honest, these aren't as bad as the Chalice Dungeon spiders. The red ones. I like big butts and I cannot lie. Bruh, you're talking about spiders. Like what? Donk. Shove. Oh, I was hoping that would catch him. I love the fact that this thing has splash damage. It's so bullshit. Wow, you dodged through me. He's an expert. Donk. The back quick step attack on this is so punishing. Okay, it does get the same one as Ludwig's. Oh, and it does have that little, that 0.6 something damage modifier or whatever. Dang it, Bobby. Oh yeah, this is the elevator they never programmed the camera for and never patched the camera to be fixed for it. And say, shouldn't those guys be dead with that much fucking brain exposure? But that's how enemies take frenzy damage from the brain. They take it differently, so it's not unfair, and just the enemies don't just walk out into the open and die instantly to it. Because obviously programming the AI around that would be really hard. Without just making the AI stand there and unfairly attack you anytime you got close, which would make it feel so annoying and gimmicky. Like, oh, I'm forced to use a ranged thing here. Kirkin. Okay, that made no sound. That was like an awkward silence. Oh, fuck, I was hoping I would beat her to the punchline. Oh. Those attacks are so brutal, they sound so heavy. Because these guys are supposed to be like stone men. Oh my fucking god, I knew that would happen too. I thought that would block it. And now the elevator's up. My character was literally mid blood vial stab in the leg as he died.
Yeah, they do.
Shit. What is this item? Just so I cannot remember what it is? Blue elixirs, okay. That's why I never remember what it is. It's blue goose. So you can go like this. Wow, you can't track me that good anymore. Hi. But wait, you have my souls, dude. But you have my souls. I'm gonna knock you off the ledge, because you can't see me, dude. I'm invisible, right? Spooky. I'm spooky, I'm invisible, I'm not here. I'm spectral, I'm a ghost. I'm a ghoul, I'm a goblin. See you later. Ooh, that was a close one. Alright, let's get the fucking other elevator right now. Who cares about dorgs? Who cares about bird dorgs or dorg birds? Dorg bird. Dog bird. Burb dog? Burb doge? How to get this item is a cheesy one. Oh, fucked it up. I didn't get the Gouda just right. The mixture was off. Wasn't good cheese. Ooh. We're in the wrong what direction? I don't really take much damage from those things. I imagine that's going to change when I get to... Oh yeah, that's just a tempering. Oh, that was very close. I was on the railing. Get the elevator. You already did. Good boy. Pat myself on the head. Good boy. Good boy. Wow, the bird dogs hurt though. Bird dorgs, they hurt. I love that stabs with a hammer are like the most effective thing that you can do. Here we go, Mikolash. This is gonna suck. My eyes have yet to open to NG++ Mikolash. No, we could have ran into the room together, dude, and it would have been great. Gotta change his RNG. He's gonna have goofball RNG. I already know it. If I go this way, he's not gonna do it. I gotta go this way. You go down. You went down, dickhead. I did not. What? I did not even. What? I'm just sitting here with my finger letting on and off of it. How did I jump? No, it wasn't close enough. This thing's running attack is kind of a letdown, but it's a letdown with every one of these types. And I guess we're just doing this now. Not that way. We're going this way. Yes. Now you go down to the left. Don't turn around. You smoking ass mannequin. He really wants to go in this circle. And now he wants to go back. Oh my god. He gave me such an easy fight in NG+, and now he's just fucking stunting on me. Can we not have the mannequins be right in the middle of the road? You know what, I'm just gonna run with my regen items. Oh, that thing's running attack sucks for hitting him. Running R2 is okay. Doesn't do much damage though. I'm just trying to hopefully change his fucking RNG to go into the fucking room. Go into the room, asshole. Oh my fucking word, what is this RNG? This is literally RNG hell. This fight is what it's like to be in a fever dream. It's a nightmare for a reason. No mannequin. He did like a fucking sick spin there. He said he's just stunting on me. fucking jackass. Do you even know which way you're gonna go? There we go. Now he's like pot committed. I'm not even what I was trying to do. Nope. Of course. It doesn't one-shot me though. I could put Arcane... I should have put Arcane Lake on. Because his A Call Beyond is definitely going to one-shot me. And that's going to kill me. Oh yeah, that's right. He doesn't follow up with the parries in this. It just sucks when I miss him point blank because he's a human enemy and the fucking game is not designed to track human enemies close with this weapon. I wanted to pound Mikolash to death, but it's not a good choice. This is such a better... Well... Not that, this. This and buff. Now that I'm missing that many blood vials. And I don't want to pick up the ones that are on the ground here yet, because I have 14, which is plenty if I can get him in a decent loot. Which I picked up the blood vials anyways. Not when you have no guarantee of survival, because if he Call Beyonds one time, you're fucked. Woo, 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 woo. Student garb, student garb. What does the student... Arcane blood, but weak to fire, okay. No, that's what I mean! I'm dead. No! That could have been my death. This is gonna be my death. No! No, you fuck! Oh, why does he do so much damage? It's so fucking bullshit, dude. It's such an annoying ass fight in the first place, and I hate the fact that they make him do so much damage. It just to punish you if you don't keep him in the loop of doing 2 attacks and then a Breedus. But if you miss any of your swings at all because this weapon Like, this game's fucking tracking when you're fighting a human in close quarters, and it's not in PvP, is horrible. In PvP, almost all your attacks hit because it just hits some shitty phantom hitbox. In this, like, if the swing misses by a fucking, like, a hair, it misses. Cool. Are we gonna do the same thing this time, or are we gonna get to the good stuff immediately? What the fuck, dude? Eat shit. That's what you get for baiting me. Yeah, I've got my eye on you, Mr. Fucking dickhole. Oh my god, how far up is the bolt paper? Okay, that's what I deserve. I just want to see where it is in the list so I can fast use it. So it's 2 R1 down. Okay. Dot. Chop. Just die in your stupid fucking A Call Beyond. In your 99 arcane or whatever your fuck damage stat you got maxed out. Fucking Mikolash. Dick of the nightmare. Woo! Hoo, 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 hoo. Why does that work almost every time? This part I can do almost one every 3 times. It always ends up this way. The first one is the one that I can't get consistent because it's just all RNG. But the cool thing about this fight is we can just kind of like chill for a second. Think about how I'm gonna parse this. I hate this fight so much because it's so easy to die. Fuck it, I'm gonna heal and just go. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna replace this with the bolt paper. He's gonna call beyond, isn't he? Not this time. Boo-hoo. Eat a men's dick.
GG.
Nerd. Bell ringing woman rings a sinister bell. You need to stop grabbing pebbles. Say no to pebbles. Bell ringing woman rings a sinister bell. Okay. Chonkus. See, these chunks are easy to get, so they're worth the time to go the tiny bit out of the way to get them. There's this guy right here. Katana cuts deep. Chonkus. No, he did the worst attack. I hate that one. I run at you like a DS2 jumping attack with homing missile accuracy. With an upswing, nonetheless. Oh, come on. Another person struggled with it too, I just saw it. Yarnum to Marion Queen, you can get the fuck out of here and go back to the dungeons where I've already killed you. Just listen to a baby cry for a little bit. Enjoy some misery, you know what I mean? What a sadistic fuck. This is the boss. I had like fucking 5 different versions of its cutscene. Here's the boss. I had 5 different... we'll watch the cutscene. The 6th cutscene they made for this boss. I dodged the wrong sign. It's okay. Kind of destined to lose this one. Oh, who the fuck was messaging me right now? It's very distracting. my god, that's not fair. Stop doing that. Stop. Yes, that one's fine. That one's fine. The little itty bitty taps are fine. Where's the real one? Ow. Ow, I'm dead. If she does the long range. Oh. Oh. There's a fake one. Fake one's gonna pop up behind me. Yeah. Goodbye. Skadoosh. Cool. I think it's actually faster to run up from this to her than it is to go down. But I could be wrong. This might be slightly longer if you don't count the fall. She's right here, right? I don't want your shoes. I just wanted the umbilical cord. Even though we're not going to fight Gehrman, I just wanted it because it's 3 free insight. For nothing. Actually, yeah, it probably is faster to come from the Cathedral Ward. Okay. And then Yosefka's clinic is fucked, right? I think I fucked Yosefka's clinic up by sequence breaking it and then hitting her. Let's see how easy it is for Lawrence to kill us. Never open the gate. That's right. Good shot. Wait, did I open the gate? No, I didn't open the gate. Oh, well. I didn't jump, but I also didn't roll. So. You tried the double. Get me out of there. I hate death run. I hate this boss because you have to do this run too every time, which is scary as fuck. You die a good portion of the time just doing the run to the boss in higher difficulties. I do 500 damage. He's got, what, 15,000 health? Okay. Ow, I don't even... I didn't hit him. I wasn't close enough. Oh no! And then he's gonna grab me. Oh my god, that's so wide range. Mucho range, grande. I'm dead. Never mind. Physical resistance, baby! He's just gonna keep fucking chipping away at me with these bullshit attacks. Sweeps! I hate the fucking wide sweeps. Because if you're locked on, the quick step dodges you too far and for too long that you can't quick step back in the other direction to dodge the next attack. You have to literally just be out of his range and just let him swing, but then you can't be aggressive on him. And the boss fight takes fucking 5 to 10 minutes. Can we get out of the fucking doorway? Oh my fucking god. I was like, I swear to fuck if he kills me, I wouldn't even be surprised. Well, this is what I mean by this is the shitty part about going to this fight. Is it's just so dumb to get into here in a relative easy manner. Now I'm down 2 blood vials on a boss that does massive amounts of too much fucking damage for where it's located. And does back dodging when you get aggressive on it. Okay. Great. And so it's got explodo attacks, wide sweeps, and it back dodges when you get close to it. That did not even touch me. That's what? I was supposed to dodge that last attack, but nope. Oh my fucking god, yeah. He's just gonna fucking do this shit, isn't he? I hate this boss so much. I dodged it twice, perfectly fine. Third one, the dodge didn't even want to come out. It's just like, nah, you've done too well this time. Done too well to dodge his attack so far. And stay aggressive on him. Okay. Honestly, I wouldn't even think this boss would be as unfair if you got to run to it as easily as you could the original Cleric Beast. But because it's like also the difficulty of it is higher, on top of the fact that your only methods of running to it are by running by enemies which have a very high likelihood to damage you before you get to them. And the more difficult the game gets, the harder it gets just to run through this area and stand in this spot without an enemy not dying to something the way they're supposed to, and then these guys actually dying normally, or doing that, and then just fucking basically almost annihilating him in the corner. It's so RNG dependent if an enemy starts swinging on that fucking guy or not. Okay, just miss everything because I'm a fucking bad player apparently. You gotta love when those double hand ground pounds hit you and you're not even underneath anywhere of their body. You're not anywhere near their body. Can you stop? What the fuck? Yep. I'm not gonna be able to. Oh, I was able to get out of it, but I couldn't dodge that. If you get hit by the first attack in that sequence, you automatically get hit. Because queued inputs. Queued inputs make games fun. Like, just once you get hit, just don't care about what the character put into their controller after that. Just don't care. Why does the game care what you've done after you've gotten hit? It just makes it so fucking annoying. It's like, okay, I got hit because I dodged at the wrong time, so my character now is going to dodge against my will after he recovers from the stagger. Now, I don't even press the button. It's the worst thing about every Souls game, except for Dark Souls 2. Because I don't remember Dark Souls 2 having that input problem. It's the only one, the most bastard game in the entire franchise. See, in that time, the big guy just spammed the little shove attack 3 times in a row and killed him basically instantly. Instead of doing the grab attack, which it does and can't even grab the dudes. You keep stepping backwards, you little... I was roll caught with the fire. Stop! And he just instantly heals his limbs. Luckily, his little T-Rex arm doesn't have much limb health. But I don't have much health either anymore. Oh my fucking god, I got magnet grabbed. I'm dead. Cool. And now I have to watch the rest of this dumbass and oh. They actually don't make him do the rest of the animation once you're dead. Cool. Awesome. And then you just insta-heal your limbs again. I literally Kirk hammered the first cleric beast to death, stun locking it pretty much. Just R1ing it. And then this guy is like, you can't even do anything without getting caught by a shitbox. Which is already the cleric beast in a nutshell. Shitboxes all over the place on a tiny ass bridge. But the cleric beast doesn't actually do that much damage even in higher NG cycles. But this guy, he hits he hits hard straight from NG all the way up until the end, where it's just like, why do you even want to fight this? I beat Orphan of Cause first fucking try. Or second try, or whatever. Wait, no, was it first try? Yeah, no, it was first try. I had to go back to the Hunter's Dream because I needed blood vials to fight him. That's what my brain was misthinking. Sweet, 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 sweet. Can we not just do sweeps? Please. Can we not just do fucking 180-degree sweeps? You fuckboy, repairing your limbs. I'm hit. And then I missed him with the fucking accursed brew. Missed him with the cursed brew again. I should really just be using Black Sky Eye, but I'm not because I'm an idiot. No, don't step into the lava. Don't get hit by that. And then that. I hate all of his moves in this phase. Except for this. That's tolerable. Not when it just stun locks you, though. Need both my blood vials. Don't get into his lava trail, please. Oh my fucking god. Can you stop pushing me out in front of you? This is getting horse shit. Every time I get a little tiny bit aggressive, he does the wide sweep and I can't roll out of my attacks. And I can't hit him. Okay, he's dead. Finally, for fuck's sake. You just gotta brute force churn down blood vials while you follow him around. And he's worth dog shit. Is all thanks to Unbreakable Will. No, it's all thanks to fucking just the most absurd RNG and the game not fucking you over until you die. And put on defense runes, because it matters more than health. Because you get capped out at physical defense at like 274, I believe, for your base defense. Right down here.
That sucks.
No, just that boss sucks. In general. But there's a huge disparity between difficulty of bosses in this game. There really is. Why can Mikolash one-shot me, pretty much, at 1900 HP? Like, why? Why design a game like that? Why even... It's like, it's the statement I always make. Why not just make it so that your character, like, fucking instantly dies, no matter what? Why not just do that? It'd be the same effect. Oh, you get touched by Mikolash and one of his blue things, it kills you. That's just it. But if he hits you with your his hands, that's fine. If he's going to do either one, good luck guessing. And then when he does the double-handed shove into Augur that you actually can't prevent from happening without like a last-second dodge that comes out and you're not too close to him. Otherwise, that two-handed stagger attack can actually stagger you significantly enough that the Augur's almost a guaranteed land. Especially because his seems to have a faster startup animation than the player characters. And his also seems like it has less recovery as well. Wait, do I? Yeah, I need fucking. What? No, don't put it. Don't put it on, dick cheese. Delete it. Oh yeah, I didn't. Why did I go this way? I go this way compulsively just because I'm so used to doing the fucking Yahargul skip that I'm just like, fuck the normal level. Why would I ever go this way? But you have to go this way to get the fucking Upper Cathedral Ward key. I wish you could make them shoot each other. I always forget what's in here. It's the Tiny Tonitrus, right? Yeah. Tiny Tonitrus. Tonitrus, however you want to say it. Tonitrus, I think, is how you would actually say it in Old English. Tonitrus. Because back then, eyes had more of a sharp E sound when they were used in that context for words. So I don't know. Words were more Latin derivative and shit. At least the sounding of them was. Vowels were more overspoken. Oh, that's gonna, yeah, that's gonna kill me. Cool. Awesome. That's gonna put my souls in a really fucking awkward spot. Not like it fucking matters. You can't keep anything in this fucking game. Cum Dungeon is the savior. I was going to run down and get that other lamp until I realized I was running in the path of the beam. I was like, it's too late. Too late now. Wait, did I even put the moon runes on when I took the other runes off? I did put them on. Okay, good. Why do people go and stand all the way out there? They don't have to. Like, does something different happen if you stand here? You know what the fucked up thing is? Someone's probably actually beaten this chalice. Because see, the sad part is this is worth as much as the bosses I was fighting. And it will continue to be that way almost all the way until up to like NG plus 5. So this will be my only vector of getting any amount of, like, forward progress with my character. Will be this shit thing. Which is better than how it was before. I mean, honestly, I used to just, I would go into a normal tier 4 or tier 5 chalice and just farm through one of those. And to be honest, that's even more boring because it takes hours to do and you're just seeing the same shit over and over and over again. But that used to be how I would do it until this came around. Takes 500,000 or so to level up now. 560, 580,000, something around there. I just want it because you literally can't make any progress with your character without either A, hoarding and doing, like I said, a very slow process of grinding chalice dungeons that aren't that difficult so you don't have a risk of dying twice. I gotta remember to be faster with that. It's like, as soon as you hear the noise, you can, like, count to 2 and then hit the button, pretty much. Not like that, though. That was on a, that was on accident. That was like, my nervous system was like, oh yeah, you're trying to move the camera to the left? Let me press the X button for you. Because my thumb, in the way that it was positioned. I begin to stupefy.
No.
Too fast. Oh, no. As I begin to stupefy. That's all I'm gonna have on my head now. It's fucking disturbed. Here, why stop at 2 levels? Super fast, too quick, even on normal hard drive. This is on a normal hard drive. Why does a hacked chalice load better and faster and more consistently than... Why didn't that make a noise? That was weird. I didn't hear the noise. You ain't dead, but I think you will be. Duck Hunt by NASCAR Allo comes to my mind when I'm doing this. Thank you, Boo. 2 million bangos. And don't take much time at all. It took me more time to fight Lawrence than it took me to get all of that. Abusing a thing. Ah, it's so nice. Ah, look at that. Beautiful. Well, I could have gotten a little bit more, and I could have gotten 4. I could have gotten even more levels. I could have gotten even more levels. Nah, I'm cheater pumpkin eater. Alright, so Upper Cathedral Ward speed run is kinda hard. I have to be able to kill that guy through the wall, but now that he's super strong, it's going to be very hard to kill him through walls, so I'm going to have to take the legitimate path of going down through the tunnel and going up through the fucking ladder. Oh my god, I hate that. I don't like that. So we'll see if we can just cheese him through the door. Unfair! 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 Oh my god. Oh yeah, the cool wheelchair guys. Come on, dude. Get the fuck out of my way! Why does everything have to block your path in Bloodborne? It's one of the worst games in the series, I think, to do an all bosses speedrun because enemies love to block your path. And if you don't wait for enemies to come out or move in specific ways, they will literally just body block you in, and you can't do anything. And like I said, it's not even worth my time. It takes so long to fight these enemies. And these enemies can kill me so quick that it's not worth my time. With the risk factor of even just getting into the place to get the shortcut that I'm trying to get. Like, fuck, I have to go by this guy every time. And even he's a menace. And you got this guy who's down around the corner here. They put a lot of enemies that are very, very risky to deal with in high NG cycles in this fucking zone. The werewolves, everything. I pick up that set of armor every fucking time. And I gotta remember not to stop picking it up. Retard! Come here. Get closer. That's not what I expected. I mean, I knew that the wolf comes in through the fucking window, but I didn't expect him to do it because I didn't go that far back. Oh my god, that's why I'm worried about having to deal with multiple of them. 3 of them could do that fucking lunge attack and get me. You backed up. You fucking little pussy Willow. 1 hit. Oh my fucking god, are you serious, dude? And he doesn't move back to his normal position. It's not like any other normal game. Oh my god. Yeah, I knew I would fucking not be able to do it. Fucking stupid, weak-ass amygdalin arm. Why add split damage weapons if they're all trash? Yay, this is gonna be fun. This is the worst experience in the game right here. Getting through this zone right here. Where this stupid fuck is, and then this guy is, who insta tries to grab you, and then, yep, does that, which locks you on the fucking ladder, and then you get grabbed, because you have no choice, you have to fight the enemy, you have no choice. And you're expected to want to do this in NG+. Without, like, just absolutely wanting to just fucking murder the game. And just fucking gnome punting it out the fucking window for being so poorly fucking designed. In so many different aspects. Cool. Thanks for your stupid fucking key. I didn't have to come all the way up to the stupid make contact douchebag just to grab a fucking key to go through a door down here. And I know that you shouldn't be able to kill the enemy through the wall at a FromSoft game, but enemies can hurt you through the wall, so what the fuck is the difference? It's all fucking garbage anyways. It's all garbage. The logic is garbage, so it's garbage in the first place. The fact you have to do it is garbage. The fact there's 5 or 6 copy-pasted enemies of 2 different varieties in this zone, that's the best they could fucking do? For a unique area with a unique boss? That's the best they can do. The fucking shit? That has a Ritual Blood 5 on it? Cool. Commence. Literally just pressing R2. If I had the Rakuyo, this guy would die so fast. I do have it, I just don't have it plus 10. Shit. I didn't think I set him that low HP. That boss, again, a joke boss. You go through a really, really hard, difficult zone to get through, where they just steal your fucking insight over and over again, and then you're met with that fucking pile of shit of a boss. In an area that, like I said, is trying to be another area of the game, but lying about itself. And again, I'm going to point out some of the visual discrepancies in this environment. Just because From Software has me a little bit fucking tilted right now. Almost all other enemies return to their default positions when they're done being aggroed. They don't stay where they get staggered to through a wall. They go and they return to their normal position. That enemy is one of the only fucking enemies in the entire game that you can cheese to a wall to get a key that simultaneously does not have that coding. And that is what I hate about From Software. They do those kinds of things almost intentionally. It's fucking maddening. Okay, so visual discrepancies. That nice little tunnel. I've noted that before. Okay, so remember how when I was down there and I was talking like last week, that's the stairs up into the fight where you fight Vic or Amelia, which is correct. When you go up in there, but look at this. Look at the geography of how this works. Okay. So let's go up into here normally. There's this guy up here, which this has windows, like I said. You can't see the windows from down below, though. This has windows, and you can see on both sides. What's that over there? That don't look like no Hemwick Charnel Lane. Huh? Where's the buildings? FromSoft like the building over at Hemwick Charnel Lane is up on a hill. And when you get it, like I've said, when you're over there, you can see the tippy top of the Cathedral Ward building. But only that part, right up there. But from this angle, you should still be able to see the top of the Witch's Abode. It should be like right there. Of course, I can't look with the monocular because your character's height is too short. It's like being me in the actual game. I don't see no buildings. I don't even see the path. Is that it? Is that them trying to make the path? Oh yeah, and then the other thing I wanted to show is the geography of this. So where it goes. So what's that back there? Why is there a missing texture also? Or whatever that is disturbing that wall over there. They didn't even try with these like continuity things, because this was literally repurposed into something else that it wasn't even supposed to really be. Again, when you walk down into the boss fight room, you look left. What's left of here? What's left of here? What's left of here? So if you come up here and you go left, what's left of here? It's not the fucking center of the building where you fight Vic or Amelia, which is in that direction. It should be in that direction over there. It would be over here. It would not be where this room says and tries to act like it is. This room right here is a complete fucking lie. And you want to know one of the ways that I can show you this? It'll be a minute of a run. Wait, where do we get out of? Where do you get out of here? Oh, yeah. Because it doesn't make any sense to me.
At last.
No, I know you can go...
So bad.
I'm in NG +2 and I fought Abritus about 1,000 times. I'm very aware of what I'm doing. I'm trying to tell a continuity issue that they have with the graphics in this game. This room right here is supposed to be the Grand Cathedral room. This is supposed to be the room where you fight Vicar Amelia in, right? There's even the lamp down there that you use, right? No, it's not. It's not the Grand Cathedral room at all. In fact, it's not even close to being it. Because if you go in that direction, look at the cardinal direction from where this is. Where is that room in terms of this building? This building, look at this thing. It is massive. This little tiny room right here that you fight this boss in, where this window is, where that Grand Cathedral, where you fought Vicar Amelia in, is not the cathedral you fought Vicar Amelia in. It's complete graphical farce. Just like there's no Hemwick Charnel Lane. You can't see Hemwick Charnel Lane from up here, but you can see up here from Hemwick Charnel Lane. And it doesn't take much for you to run down there and see this difference. This discrepancy is not even that... See, because that's where you fight the Celestial Emissary, and then right directly straight from where I'm pointing would break you in through the window to get into the Grand Cathedral. Where you fight Vicar Amelia is right where those stairs go.
And I thought Dark Souls 2 geography was crazy and silly.
So that's where you walk up and you fight Vicar Amelia, right? So that does make it seem like, oh yeah, but then you actually realize that where you're breaking in through the window's up over here. Not right there. The window would be up over here. That's the window. Oh, you fucking little frenzy bitch. And the only reason why I'm bringing this up is because this is one of those discrepancies. That's the window. Right there. That's the actual window that would lead you to the top balcony area of the real Cathedral Ward Grand Cathedral. Right there. That's the window. It would not be this window that's over here. Up in this area. It just doesn't make any sense. And if you go down into that room, it makes even less sense. And since I have my checkpoints up here, and I really don't care about losing these souls too much, it's one level for my character at the moment. I'll go back down the hellscape that I climbed up and didn't kill anything to get here, but I think everything would have been reset anyways. Because once we come through here, now it's loading. Now it's loading Cathedral Ward. So now it's going to unload the version of the upper Cathedral Ward that I was just in, which is over here. As a reminder, the place I was just at is right there. And it already has one thing de-rendered about it. There's no gate! Where did the gate go? I literally walked, what, 100 or less in-game steps, and they already make the gate vanish from here. And this is, yeah, this is supposed to be the Astral Clock Tower as well. This mechanism right here. That's the Astral Clock Tower that you use in the Hunter's Nightmare. Exactly. But this gate right here is gone already.
Do you use the comp dungeon or just level normally? Wow, the rendering leveling is crazy, dude.
I use a combination of both. So when I die a bunch of times to bullshit reasons, or I kill a bunch of bosses in a row in NG++ or higher, and I feel like I should have more souls than it gives me, I'm gonna use the cum dungeon, because you don't get a level's worth of souls off of bosses after a certain point, and it's just fucking stupid. But we can see how there's a gate here. Again, we can clearly see. And there's even stuff that's breakable on this side. I'd imagine that if you could just cheat through that actually has collision on it, considering that the physics objects interact with the ground as if it has collision. But you see, where I was looking from, where was I looking from? Is my other question. Right there. Right there. But it's so warped and the perspective is so fucked. You can't even... I love when From Software puts things at such bad angles that they don't even let you zoom in on it. So you can't even actually see.
Wow, perspective is what pro.
This is all just walking. So from like here, if you could count your steps.
Thanks, FromSoft.
100 steps or so to run outside and have a go. Healing Church Workshop, you get a little bit of a frame burp, and you get a bunch of these kind of like unpalatable building textures which don't blend together at all. Like, who did that? Who did the fucking child's play thing with screws on the big square screws on top of it? Like, who did that? Some people, I swear, give FromSoft way too much credit for their ability to design stuff. And yeah, some of these buildings are architecturally, like they're cool looking. Like, some of this stuff is amazing. The details on the underhangs and shit in this spot is nice. But you look out to the distance, and it's like, what retard did that? Whose 8-year-old son got to go to work with their dad, and that's what they made?
Elden Ring will hopefully be held to a higher standard in terms of world continuity. I get the focus is on lore and gameplay, but there has
I can already tell you this. I've seen enough gameplay of it to know that that's already not true. It's all... They use the same methodology of Bloodborne and DS3. It may be a giant open world, but it uses a lot of world trickery and world rendering bias. See, for example, you can see the opening of the Cathedral Ward from up here. But one thing you might notice is that there's a completely different ground texture that they use when you're far away from the Cathedral Ward's actual main area. And that's the original texture. If you go all the way back to some of the first Bloodborne trailers, when they were showing the Cathedral Ward, that's the original texture that was there, not the one that's there currently, when you actually go there and you're next to it. Same thing with this stuff down here. All of this stuff down here has very base level DS2 level textures, because DS2 and Bloodborne share pretty much a sister engine. Bloodborne just got to survive on the corrupted ass garbage engine, whereas DS2 they just had to remake it. But there are certain oddities that you can actually pick out that DS2 and this game share almost identical in common. And one of them is lighting and textures from a distance. Textures, although very detailed in this game up close, because, again, it had the normal design team on it, and they weren't rushed to design stuff. So you have difference in textures, like these bricks on the ground aren't the same bricks here as these bricks here, which isn't the same until you get back here, and then you can see where it starts repeating textures. Hello? Oh, it's Chain Gun Man. I was like, what made that fucking noise? But so again, let's get one last look. No gate on the Cathedral Ward thing. So that upper cathedral, it completely de-renders all of the gate. Even the details, the only thing that's left is the detail on the actual arch itself. Everything else around it has been completely fucked. And I'm on PS4 Pro, mind you. Not that that matters for Bloodborne, but like the actual GPU can go a little bit better. It's less about the reuse stuff, because that I don't mind. Even in Victorian times, you often had crafters who would make replica things that would just look the same. So you'd end up with a lot of generalized statues that looked generally the same, which is fine. That I can at least accept in the terms of the era that the game proposes itself to take in. But the thing that I can't accept is complete and utter arrogance to graphic continuity. Where it's just like, you're using completely different textures for completely different things. So now we're down in that spot where we were just looking at. From right up there. Because this game does have decent graphical continuity. I'm not trying to say that it doesn't have it. It's just that when you actually look for it, you realize how bad it is. Because the game does a very good job of surrounding you with immense amounts of detail in your immediate vicinity to make you not want to look in the distance and see the undetailed objects. Even in that Celestial Emissary fight room I was showing the other day, how you can see straight through the textures of the walls of one of the buildings. And they make it so you can't tilt your camera up in that boss fight room, specifically just to prevent you from being able to see the textures, but you can still see them anyways, using a little trickery. Which isn't even Hackster, it's just the way that the game works. So now we're at the actual entrance to the Grand Cathedral. Up there is where that bonfire was, where I was looking down here explaining how this is the entrance to the real Grand Cathedral. Up there is where you fight Vicar Amelia, which is where that room all the way up there claims to bring you down to. So this ramp, which again has windows on it when you're up there, the windows are filled in when you're looking at it from a distance, if you never noticed that. But yeah, the windows are filled in from a distance to save on processing power. These gates are not rounded, they're flat and do not look like what the actual gates are when you're up there. Again, when you start looking at the actual graphic continuity, there's very little of it. They changed the complete detail and shape of things at a whim at distance because they'd gone over 3 or 4 different cycles of development for how this area would play out. You were originally going to fight Abritas in the Grand Cathedral itself. So you would have fought Abritas in this room, which is half of the reason why the Amygdala God statue things are here. But they didn't get rid of these even though they changed that arc. I never talked to Eileen. Eileen should be here to fight. And you see, again, how would that lead to Abritas? How would that lead to Abritas? We know that when we enter this room, when you enter this room from the actual...
You would love the Super Best Friends play. Their Bloodborne run was alright.
That's the window that you supposedly break to get in here. Look at where it leads. Look at where it leads. Look. They don't even try. They didn't even try with this room. That's why I said there's a fake lamp in that room to make you think it's this room, but it's not. That room is over in this direction. It's over here, and it's above this room. It's higher up. And it doesn't have anything in it, and the exit to it is like this room, except for it goes to nothing but terrain. It's literally a reused asset, a reused internal asset.
In the graveyard where Gascoigne is, probably where there is a base area.
No, because I never interacted with that fight, which if you don't interact with that fight, Eileen never... If you don't interact with Eileen at all, Eileen never moves forward. And if you don't interact with her again, she normally becomes the fighter in the in the church, but I think because I killed Margot's wet nurse, I've gone past it.
Didn't he know that it just cancels? Strange.
It says if you miss all steps 1 to 3, she will vanish completely after the death of Rom the vacuous spider. Be warned, if you talk to her at least once and miss steps 2 or 3, she will instead hunt you at the Grand Cathedral after the death of Rom.
I missed out on her quest, talked to her on the balcony, then haven't seen her since, and no fight happened at Discon.
Yeah, you have to progress the story by going to the Old Yarnum. You don't have to go all the way through Old Yarnum, if I remember correctly. You just need to go down to Old Yarnum and light the lamp and then go back. So go back to the Hunter's Dream and then go back to the Cathedral Ward and walk out the side where Eileen's normally standing, looking where the amygdala is from the opposite side. That's where she stands anyways. She's right outside the Cathedral Ward where the guy with the stick is on the other side of the cart. And once she's there, any movement back into Gascoigne's room will trigger the fight with Henrik, because that means Henrik is loaded in. Henrik only loads in once you've talked to her in the Cathedral Ward. Once you talk to her in the Cathedral Ward and she warns you about Henrik, Henrik spawns, basically. And you can run immediately from talking to her straight down into the tomb. I did it on one of my other characters, and she died! And it pit, or not on one of my other characters, sorry, my NG plus NG cycles. And you either need to reload the game or load to the Hunter's Dream and back.
I waited too long.
You can't wait too long if Eileen's still outside the church.
Using the uncanny version. Seeing how affect the scaling effects in arcane bugs. Trying to see.
Oh, if you talk to her there, but she's gone now, then she died.
Outside, she vanished.
She died then. She's dead to Henrik. Unfortunately. That's what that means.
Oh shit, for real.
Yeah, she's dead. If you don't, like I said, if you don't immediately deal with the problem, the fight will start to trigger on its own when you start loading into the Cathedral Ward after talking to her. Nope. Once he kills her, he disappears. After you kill Rom, apparently. Same thing with her. But yeah, I wanted to come here and mention that little tidbit because I could run all the way from the Upper Cathedral Ward to here just to prove that this is not the room that it says it is. Just because I've made this argument online on YouTube posts about the game, and people have sat there and made 30 reply arguments with me about this legit being the room that you walk over when you go to Abrida's. And I'm like, no. I'm sorry, but I know too much about terrain geometry to, like, be fooled by that fucking shit. I'm not. And it's like when I spawn up here, I'll be able to show it off, how it's completely fucking bullshit. The game has to take a long-ass load screen to load me back up into the Upper Cathedral Ward, because now it has to deload all that fucking bullshit down there. Excuse me. So again, there's that superstructure. There's the Grand Cathedral, and the window would be inside there. Right there would be the window to jump in. But as you just saw from the inside of the building, there's no place for you to jump in from that window. There's literally nothing to drop on. This whole Grand Cathedral area up here, the faux one that's used for this whole Abridus encounter, the whole idea of it even being in the game bothers me. Because the fact that they make you break in through a window to go across the top of a thing that's pretending to be a different area, to go to the supposed back side of that area, when you're not doing that, is just... it's such a level of pulling the wool over the player's eyes that From Software doesn't do that kind of shit. In every other From Software game, what you're seeing is what you're legitimately seeing. In Dark Souls 1, when you see the undead perish from a distance, it's the undead perish. Most of DS1 renders from a distance, and they have it set up to do that, and it's why DS1 runs like shit still. Even the remaster runs like shit. It's one of their problems with 3D terrain geometry. And also here, again, you cannot raise your camera higher than this in this zone. So when you're in the Lumen Flower Gardens, the devs really don't want you to look up here. And I don't understand why, because over there you have a building with smoke coming out of it, for fuck's sake. So there's a building that's like off in the distance here that gets its own particle effects that can only be seen from this zone, but then you look up here, and it's like, who the fuck? Who did this? Who decided that this was finished? That's not finished. And that never got patched. The Whirligig Saw got patched before that did. And that's a literal hole in the world. Literally, it needs a patch. I just love how it forces your... You literally cannot raise your camera. They want you so badly not to see that, but if you just walk up the staircase, like I said, you can just walk towards the camera over and over and over again, and your camera will slowly get raised upwards, and you'll be able to see farther and farther up. Especially if you do it with the stairs. See? And then it forces your camera back down to a normal perspective, because it's just like, don't look at it. Don't look at it. We need to hide our shame. But we're going to put the smoke particle effect just to lag your fucking FPS in the background. Meanwhile, there's giant holes in our fucking cathedral tower that's faking to be the Grand Cathedral Tower, because it's not the Grand Cathedral Tower. It's a fake. It's a farce. It's a dupe. They just copied the internal structure of Vicar Amelia's room and plopped it down right here. And then put a lamp in the middle like there was something actually here. To trick you. It's all trickery. Because if you notice, there's no statues down there, and it's a complete black hallway to nothingness. Because that doesn't go anywhere. Think about how the building is shaped. I just broke in through a window there, which came out onto a flat edge of the building where that celestial thing was. So where this goes down and out would just lead you to the edge of the building. You just walk out the front of the building and fall. You just fall to your death. This is so, like, even the statue is not correct in proportions right there. And you can tell it because in the fucking Vicar Amelia boss fight room that I was just in, that you can literally scroll back on the stream and go look at, this section doesn't exist. There's no flat area up here, just like there's no flat area on the other side. It's a complete fucking farce. There's not any statues. The lights aren't even torches. There's no torches. They're just fake lights on the wall to make it seem like it. So when you're just walking by, you're like, oh, is that my vision being shit? No, there's really just no... The little sconce light for the torch isn't even there. It's just a little candle. But it's supposedly lighting it up that high. Like, they didn't even put the graphic where the 3D model for the thing is. Like, I could come through here on their computers, on their development kits, and probably fix all the visual issues with this area. Just the visual issues by looking down here and this not looking like the actual Grand Cathedral. Because it doesn't. And the people who legit think that you're walking over the Grand Cathedral here are idiots. They're just brain-dead idiots. And, I mean, I don't blame them. FromSoft does a great job at tricking people with level geometry now. They've learned how to get away. They've learned how to get away with it. DS1 allowed them to do it with things like, when you're looking at the Duke's Archives from Anor Londo. That is a fully rendered version that is a separate version of the structure that they made in a model thing to then stick on a hill that you can't look at closely, but it has like over 60,000 vertices or something. It has a ridiculous amount of vertices for an Xbox 360 game to just be a background 3D model. And that's why the game ran like shit when you were in Blighttown, because it was loading all these background 3D models while also simultaneously processing all the particle effects happening in front of you, and all the moving enemies, and the moving terrain, and the particle effects. Again, because it's not just particle effects as in like what the enemies are doing, but like environmental effects, like these god rays coming in and shit. Because those are hand-placed. Those aren't dynamically lighting the area. Those are obviously hand-placed god rays for a godlike being sitting in the spotlight of the godlike god rays. Ironic. Funny. I don't know what you would actually call it. And this is another spot where they really don't want you to look up. And I'll show you why. You can't hardly see past my mushroom head. But there ain't nothing up there. Where aren't we? So we went down the elevator in the back of a supposed cathedral from the rafters to what would basically be the bottom floor of the cathedral in the back side, in a giant cavern that's held up by what? And why are these giant pillars here in all directions? What does that even like? What? It makes you ask questions, yes. But then when the developers do that and hide it, again, you cannot raise your camera up and see what I just showed you normally. You have to use the monocular or use that trick by going backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards until you can see up there. Otherwise, the camera snaps down to this, and this is your up. That's as much up as you get. And you can tell because the camera will act really weird when you can't press up anymore. It'll spin even faster than it would normally horizontally. Especially if you're like me and you have max sensitivity on. Wait, it's in controls, dumbass. struggle on Lawrence. Kill Abretus, the one that everyone always has trouble with, too fast. You're like, oh, that wouldn't count as a real I'm an NG plus 2, for fuck's sake. Why does Lawrence have fucking 15,000 HP that takes an age to grind through? And Abretus you can literally just slaughter. I slaughtered Orphan to Cause. And I slaughtered fucking Ludwig. Fucking Lawrence, though. Fucking Lawrence. Do you even get the balcony key if you don't do the milkweed shit? Oh yeah, I left fucking Amelia alive in the nightmare. Can you just give me your key? Please? Thank you. I'm sorry. Milkweed deliverer. Bringer of thine milkweed. Okay, that's the useless one. I always gotta remember to not pick that one up after you flip the fucking thing, because it's just a garbage ass. Rally gem. Okay, so here's another good example of how you do it right. So, in the Hunter's Nightmare, they redid that Lumen Flower Garden zone, and in this time, they decided they weren't gonna fuck it up and make it look like dog shit. So you can actually look at this from the highest angle that your camera can possibly go. And look at how much better they have the actual complete model of the same exact thing they have in the base game. That you fight the Celestial Emissary in and Abretus in. But why does it look so much better here? Because they gave a fuck about it. They didn't give a fuck about the bonus zone that half of the people who are going to run through Yahargul are going to miss when playing the game. You realize most people don't even make it past the third boss of the fucking game. And that depends on which third boss you even fight. Some people quit at Vic or Amelia. Some people quit at Bloodstarved Beast. Some people quit at the first group of Yarnamites. That's what my friend John did. Orlando, or I should say Milan Cathedral, cheaply made Milan Cathedral. It doesn't even have as many like little towers. The whole thing about the Milan Cathedral that makes the whole steeple thing cool about it, or like the little arms and branches that come off to help stabilize the structure, the archways, is that there are a lot of them, not just like 2 or 3. It's the same problem with Orlando. It's like a shitty budget. I mean, pardon me for saying this, it's like a shitty Asian cheap version of the Milan Cathedral. Because they do this so many times. And I imagine this is what they were originally going to have that area look like in the Upper Cathedral Ward before they annexed that part from being a part of the main game. Because it just doesn't make any sense why this is so much more detailed than the exact same location in the real game. And that's because this location was actually made to have physical continuity within itself. So when you go through the Grand Cathedral in this, you're going through the Grand Cathedral and you're going up the Grand Cathedral. And this one isn't bullshit. Unlike the other one, this one actually is above an area that you were previously in. How did they get this one right and the other one so fucking wrong? Who knows? Only FromSoft could manage to do that. Make two identical locations that are somehow so different from one another because of a simple design oversight. Even this area, there's no flat zone back here. Where would Abridus be?
The first time, maybe it was the hard crunch they had. Never forget the developer crunch.
There is no developer crunch when you have 4 years to make a game on an engine your company has been working with for ages. DS2 is a great example of that. You look at the original builds of fucking DS2 compared to what we actually got versus Bloodborne. Bloodborne actually had horrible original builds of it. The first couple builds of Bloodborne were garbage. They literally couldn't even sustain 15 FPS. I tell this on my stream too much, but if you just search the Project Beast trailer and look at the frame rate in that compared to the final product when people are bitching